Good morning, afternoon or evening, welcome back to Edenia, welcome back to CrimiClown television. Today I'm going to play some more Kerbal Space Program. Last time we did play some hard mode career mode, which was indeed, as it says on the tin, it was very hard. And we died and got bankrupt. So we're starting off with a little less, there we go, just had to open up this one, cheers. We're going to start off on normal mode, and as we progress, we're going to up the difficulty because I think a good start is what you really need. And if you then later up the difficulty by getting rid of reverting a spacecraft and stuff, I think you'll get the. I think that the reverting stuff is not even the worst stuff that can happen. If you decide not to revert, it's just a gameplay feature. But yeah, getting bankrupt and having to actually delete your game because you can't really progress anymore, that's sad. So yeah, we've got some science, we've got some funds, a little bit of reputation. I'm not too worried about reputation because we're going to get a lot of fun contracts. A couple of things I want to achieve today. First of all, the Mun landing. We want to land on the Mun. This is something we've been talking about for a long time. We even made a craft for it last time, if I remember right. We have, let's see, can we now outsource R&D? Yes, we can. If we have just a little bit more setup costs. It's going to cost us a lot if we outsource R&D. Takes funds income and yields science. Well, that's not really what we want. Fundraiser campaign. So this is because they both take reputation. You can't do it. You can't do. Wow. You can't do two conflicting strategies because they both take. Oh no, I don't want to cancel them. I just want to exit because they both take your rep. All right, so that's not a thing. All right, explore Kerbin. What's this? Trivial. Rendezvous 2 vessels. Now that's something we can do. Rescue from orbit of Kerbin. Rescue. Science data from the surface of the Mun. Now I think this is going to be our first contract. First one we do. Because we already have a craft ready for it. So this is basically just a test of the Mun flying egg. The Mun... Oh, this is the flying egg. This is not the one we want. We want the lander. Let's see. Mun science egg. This is it. This is our lander. Now this is a silly little craft. We have four of these boosters. We've got a lot of Delta V in the first stage. This will get us almost up to orbit. Then this central stage will carry us definitely a long way. Now this stage, this last stage, which is basically... I think that's the stage that comes back to Kerbin, isn't it? Last stage. Alright, so what's going on here? We're missing an engine. I think we're missing an engine. This actually needs to have a Terrier engine on it. Otherwise, it won't land. Alright, and this needs a... Oh, it has a Terrier engine. I'm just a bit blind. Yeah, it has a Terrier engine. Great. I was almost worried. Alright, so this is tested. Terrier engine, which will... these two can couple together. Right, yep. Alright, so these four come off. So we fire all engines. These four come off, and we still have a lot of Delta V left, thanks to the asparagus staging, which basically means pull fuel from here to there, and then as soon as it's done, it will decouple. Easy enough. And it will get your main stage to be fully fueled. So that's great. Now, up to that point, we'll still have the middle stage as soon as we decouple this. And then we will try and land this monstrosity. So, let's see. From the decoupler, that's this one. Alright, so this is going to be the upper stage, which will land on the Mun. And it will decouple as soon as these outer stages are done. It still has a lot of Delta V to it. And then it will try to escape the Mun. Now this is going to be quite the craft to fly. We've got a little octo-core up here, so we don't need to send Jebediah Kerman. We don't need a pilot. We can use our scientist, Bob Kerman. Bob, you haven't been to the Mun before. That was Valentina. Valentina has a little bit of extra experience because she has been to the Mun. We're going to fly this baby today. Let's check our staging one last time. 5 engines, decouple the outer fuel tanks, decouple the inner fuel tank, 1 engine, Terrier engine, which will decouple its fuel tanks, and then we return to Kerbin with the upper stage intact. Now I'm really wondering, should we make this all a bit lighter? Should we, oh, we should go to build. Should we, or should we not, make this part of the lander? And the heat shield will be the only thing that comes back with the pod, of course. We have a scientist on board. That means he can EVA, climb out, and reset this as soon as we want. So that's great. I think this is a way better thing to do in the long run. We have our pressure data and we have our thermometer. Are you making a giant space dildo? Yes, we're going to be penetrating this atmosphere, and we're gonna go into a full moon. There we go. All right, let's move this. Let's move Bob up to the Kerbin orbit first. So we're shooting at night, of course, otherwise there's no moon. That's a joke. Moon is not visible, so we're gonna have to fly this a little bit by heart. Oh, we have some contracts completed. That's great. All right, let's try and lift this baby up. Now, as you can see, we do not have advanced targeting. We don't have retrograde or prograde because we don't have a pilot on board. So let's see how this goes. I'm hoping this will be stable at least, which is a big hoping. We're going to go up to 10,000 meters, 10 kilometers, before we start turning. Here you put a monkey in it. Well, these guys kind of look like monkeys, I guess. Kind of like green monkeys. Alright, Bob. Let's see. Do we observe the material bay? We have done that before, so let's quit it. We're going to try and turn very slowly. We're almost out of the thick atmosphere. We're going to the shallow atmosphere and then into the upper atmosphere. We're going to try and turn slowly. And we're going to try and keep it on the 90-degree mark because the moon, the Mun, I should say, moon is on an equatorial plane compared to Kerbin. That means that we don't want to stray too far off, because if we do, that's going to be bad for business. Alright, now this launch profile, very bad. We need to turn quicker and faster. Alright, these rockets are gone. We're now very much light. Very much lighter than we would have been before. And we just about can make speed with this thing. So that's something we should have... we probably might have needed a little bit more power right here. Upper atmosphere is something we haven't done before. Now, also something we haven't done before is... Oh, let's tilt this right away. We haven't done an EVA, but we'll do it on the outer... when we get out of the atmosphere. We're up way too high, by the way. We are way too high. Alright, let's try and fix this. Let's try and fix it as soon as we can, because we are too high. We're going to need to burn right up to the horizon. We're going to need to make speed. Our apoapsis is going to go up. We don't want it to go up too much. Let's first EVA Bob, and let's get Bob out of here. Let's put on his lights, his helmet. Oh, There we go. Let's see. Collect the data. Yes. Restore. Then we take an EVA report. We already have an EVA report over here. Alright, cool. Turn on the SAS. Great. Let's try and burn as soon as we, as fast as we can. We're going to make some height, which is not really the best. We're better off putting it a bit this way. But we need speed. We're going to need a lot of speed in order to get this to circularize. Alright, so we're right up here. This needs to become right about 0 for our burn to be the most effective. And then we still need a lot more speed to circularize this thing. Now this should be around 100 kilometers really, so we're going to try make some more speed. Still going up. Do we do a crew report here? Yeah, I thought so. Yep. Alright, cool. I don't know if we're going to make it. I don't know if we're going to circularize this, because it's a bit tough to make this ascent with this rocket. We're going to be pointing right at the horizon, and we're going to see if we can gain some speed. Now this is gone, and we're going to burn. The Terrier engine, which is really handy in a vacuum. It's got really good ISP, really good engine efficiency in a vacuum, so that's great. This burn is going to take a while. I don't know if we're going to make it. I think we need to redo this rocket. Wrong, says JDo01. Wrong about what? I think we might just about make it. We are falling past our apoapsis, so we're going to be pushing it up while we circularize, but I think we're still just about going to make it. We just need to burn vast amounts of fuel. I think we're a bit heavy as well. I don't think we need all this fuel. I think that's a bit of overkill. We'll see. We'll see. At least we'll be orbiting. It will take some time, but we'll be orbiting. Right. So now I need to point this slightly up in order to get the apoaps to go to come down a bit. All right. We still have 4,600 and something meters per second, and it looks to be going up. It looks to be going up. That's a unique thing. All right. So circularizing slowly but surely. This is not an efficient launch, by the way. We are not being very efficient with our speed. So if we burn radially in, I think we can save this a bit. Save this just a bit. We're falling down. Right, point it right at the horizon. We're going to circularize. Just a minute. Oh man, I think we're going to need to point up a bit. Yeah, just point it up a bit. Oh, come on. We were just too heavy. Too heavy to do anything useful. Oh, there's the periapsis. There we go. Get it up. This is nowhere near as efficient as I would like it to be. Alright, point straight at the horizon. Orbital speed. Alright, this is not perfect. That's orbit. It's not very nice, but we've hit orbit. Oh, alright. Still got plenty of fuel left. We're very heavy, I think. Very heavy for what we need. Where's the info tab? I thought it was an info tab somewhere. Well, it's not in this version anyway. Perhaps it's just not in here because we don't have a pilot. I don't know. Right, losing electric charge because we're in the wrong side of the of Kerbin. Now, in order to get to the Mun, we're gonna need to make a maneuver. Well, we don't need to make a maneuver, but it would help. All right, so we have an encounter with the Mun. That's not too bad. All right, so I think this is not too bad. Now, if we increase, no, we should decrease. Yeah, then we'll have a periapsis. All right, that's high, and that's no problem. I don't mind it being high above the moon, because we need high science, I think. But it wouldn't hurt to make it a bit more friendly on the old fuel, right? All right, let's settle for oh, I think, yeah, 20 kilometers. I think that's a very nice target. There we go. 20 kilometers. I'll take it. So our burn time is in 2 minutes and 7 seconds. No, it is in total 2 minutes 7 seconds, and we have a node in just about 7 minutes. So we need to be a bit closer for this. So let's go all the way to here. Alright, so our burn time is very long, and the maneuver node basically thinks you're going to burn all this speed difference in one go, which we're not going to do. We're not going to do it in one go. So we should spread 1 minute before, 1 minute after, and that's just about right. Alright, 1 minute before, 1 minute after, and then we're just going to burn. Alright, here we go. On the target. Burn it up. Alright, we'll have a Mun Encounter, and we'll just burn down as soon as we get there. And at this velocity we'll escape the Mun, and we'll have another Mun Encounter when it's going around again. That's also very interesting. We'll have 2 Mun Encounters. If we do nothing at all, that is. But we're going to do something. We're going to put it back on the target again. So our apoapsis is rising. Now this craft will be a lot more powerful as soon as we hit, as soon as we deplete our fuel. Because right now we have one liquid fuel thing, and these tanks are gonna empty. We're gonna ditch these tanks as soon as they're empty. Jado once again says wrong. Alrighty, have it your way. So our craft is going to be a lot lighter as soon as we ditch those tanks, and that means we can burn faster. We can burn more efficiently. Well, yeah, more efficiently, because our fuel will not be used to push the entire craft. It will just push parts of it. Alrighty. Let's get this thing to the Mun. So I'm gonna cut out the middleman now. I'm gonna cut out the maneuver node. I'm just gonna watch this happen. Alrighty. Alright, we have a Mun periapsis. Actually, I just got this game yesterday. How did you get the navigation screen like that? Well, you press M, and then you go into map view. And if you want all these nice little colors and whatnot, then you have to upgrade your tracking station and your mission control at least once. Alright, 18. I'll settle for 18. Alrighty. So, do we have... I think we have a pretty spot-on encounter with the Mun here. Look at this. Great, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a little warp. There we go. We're going to have a little warp. And we'll do a little bit of science, because I don't know what I've done on high science. Alright, so pressure is done. Temperature is already done. There is a mod actually that will give you whatever you need to know on your science. It will tell you what you haven't done and have done. So that's a really nice one. Collect, yes. Restore. Thank you. Let's go for the goo. Observe mystery goo. I'll take it and we'll collect and restore. Now let's have an EVA report. Just for the heck of it. High space over Kerbin. Great. Crew report. We already have one high over Kerbin. And look at this. Kerbin is very far away right now. We're high above the planet. That's great. And we should be getting into view of the Mun. The Mun should be right somewhere. Oh, right. There it is by the sun. Don't stare into it. You can just tell the circle right here. That's the Mun. And we're going to be flying straight at it. So that's going to be fun. We're going to warp just to here. You don't want to click on a different orbit and say to warp there, because that might... Oh, this is going to be an interesting loop. Look at this. We're going to do a little loop-de-loop. Because, well, we're going very slowly towards the Mun, and we're... Oh, now the loop is gone. It's probably because it's drawn like that, because in the other orbit it would look like this. But now, of course, we have a different orbit line. Alright, let's do once again the material bay. We've already done a material bay high above the Mun, apparently. How about mystery goo? Alrighty. Pressure data. Temperature data. Crew report. EVA report. You can remove helmet, but I don't think that's a good idea. Reset. No, collect. Restore. That's the one. Collect. Restore. Now let's take the... I know it's experiments we've done, but let's take them anyway. Take data. Store. Great stuff. Great stuff. Alright. We have some work to do because this is very low. We'll do a maneuver node and we'll burn retrograde. We're going to need about 200, which is going to be a 30-second burn. In that case, I know enough. I know plenty now. And we'll go right about here. Warp there. Alrighty. And now we burn retrograde. Right, we're going to burn retrograde. So this is 2 minutes. We need to wait. It's going to be a 30-second burn, so we don't need to spend too much time burning backwards. Something like this. That will do, yeah? Alright, cool. Burn it up. Retrograde. Alright, slowing it right down. And when you see this, you know you're just about fine. No Red Bull, huh? Amateur. Wow, that's some good English right there. Great. No Red Bull. I stay away from caffeinated drinks. I prefer the alcoholic ones. Alrighty, so light side of the moon. I like it. It's USA, bro. Yeah, well, not right here. I don't know if you can tell by the accent, really. I don't know how many people talk with an English accent right where you live, but right here it's the evening. All right, so I think that's a very nice descent. We'll turn this to surface. All right, we still have plenty of fuel. Now, how are these tanks looking? Tanks looking fine. Middle tank, full as can be. Great. All right, so what we'll do is we'll use these cones to land on. 18 people do. Well, congratulations. World first milestone. Suborbital spaceflight above the Mun. All right, so that means that we try to escape the Mun. We've done that before, I think. Don't fake the funk on a nasty dunk? What? I am confused. But that's fine. That's fine. Alright, blazer, check. Fuel, check. We've got plenty of fuel. And oxidizer. Yeah, this is going well. Alright, great. Surface speed, we'll have to do a burn for that. Alright, so we're about to touch down in 13 minutes. Can't be right. That seems very far. 4 minutes, that's more like it. Alright, so now we are descending very fast on this alien planet, the Mun. Alright, we're gonna bleed off some speed. Horizontal surface speed. Also, let's do some science. Open doors. And observe material bay. Sure thing, I'll take it. Mystery goo. I'll take it. Crew report. We've done that one. I believe we have done the pressure data as well, and temperature, sure, yes. Alright, so quick break, EVA, collect data, restore. Collect data, remove, restore. EVA report, there we go, and boom, that's a lot of science right there. Alright, let's point this towards the ground and let's bleed off some more speed. Right, so how's these tanks? Tanks are almost empty. I think we're just about going to land on it and we'll just leave them on the Mun. I think that's the way. I like it. Alright, surface speed is right down. A couple of meters per second. We're going to aim right at the floor. Slowly descending. Now, new feature in this game, you can click this in order to see your absolute height instead of your sea level height. So that's great. We'll bleed off the speed. Slowly but surely. And there is the shadow we've been waiting for. It's going to be it. It's going to be our first landing on the moon. Right, so we still have a little bit of Horizontal speed. Let's wipe it off. In order to not fall sideways. That will really help. I think we've packed just enough fuel for the lander stage. Oh. Oh, we've got it. Oh god, no. Alright, so I don't think the reaction wheel will help this. Well, we landed. We landed on the moon, just don't ask me how. Oh, this is great. Love it. Oh, a hatch obstructed. Alright, so we have to turn it around. This is quite the kerfuffle. How do we fix this? Well, at least we have the materials bay. Landed on the Mun. Mystery goo. Landed on the Mun. We will have temperature scan. Great. We will have pressure data. Alright, so I think we're just going to press the spacebar, see what happens. Let's quick save it for a second. Alright, so that worked. Oh, we're going to have a fine ascent. There's just a little thimble of fuel in it left, so I'm not too worried. Alright, let's EVA. There we go, let's take the data. Let's take this one. Collect. Restore. Collect. Yes. Restore. We're going to take a crew report. I don't think we've taken one yet. Right, let's EVA. Take it all. Space to let go. Alright, and here we are. Standing. Landed. On the moon. Wow. Alright, get up. Get up, you maggot. Plant a flag. There we go. This is it. The moment. First Mun landing. Alright, let's do an EVA report from standing here. Now, funny thing is, we can do one flying here as well. So, let's store the experiments. Now we just jump. EVA report. It says space just above the craters. So we'll store that in. I think that one's doubled. How are you going to take off? Well, that's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? Let's first take a look at our surroundings. So there are some craters around, but no big crater. That's the only big crater around, and that's too far away to walk. That's for sure. So we're going to have an aggressive launch. All right, let's grab and let's board. Yeah, dump experiments. We have a double experiment. All right, so yeah, we're gonna gimbal this way, yes, and we're just gonna launch. All right, so that's not gonna work. All right, so how do we fix this then? How are we gonna fix this? Well, I think one way to fix this is to use something as a ramp. Hey-oh, Tweedleduck. Alright, so we're going to have to use something as a ramp. Now, there is a lot of friction here. Alright, so how is this? Nope, that's not going to work at all. One interesting puzzle, yeah. Alright, so... drive to crater. Yeah, well... oh, of course, there is a perfectly stable hill right here as well. You need the thruster go up, so... rocket goes up. You have to boost in mirror. Well... if I try this... that's not... no, that's not working. Alright, so that's too much friction. And the other way... yeah, it's all too much friction. I think we're just gonna have a perfectly fine rescue mission. I'm gonna try to use the hill. Yeah, I'm still gonna try and use the hill. That's just too damn funny not to try. Or the flag. We can bounce off the flag. I believe that these flags are nigh indestructible. I forgot something. Hello? Yes. Alright. Open doors. Oh, these doors have no physics. Ah, shame. That would have been amazing. Alright. I'm gonna try and drift. I'm gonna drift up the hill. So I can't go faster than 10 kilometers an hour. That's... yeah, see, as soon as we go above 10, that's gonna go bad. Should work. We're gonna have to drift very, very slowly to the top, and we'll use it as a lip to get off. Oh my god. Oh, there is a small lip right here. Perhaps we can even use this. So we'll just have to go slowly. And then we speed. Godspeed, my son. Alright, so we're right up, but it's not really helping, is it? Oh look, we're skidding. We're skidding on the reaction wheel. That's great. Oh my god. So, one thing we could try, because why not, right? So we can just try to use Bob. Yes, why not? So Bob, yes. Bob has a pointy little head. Head, I should say. Pointy little head. Alright. Let's try. We have a robot module. Oh, that's the flag. We don't want to command the flag. We don't want to command these tanks either. So this is yeah, alright. So Bob, don't take this personally. Oh, look. Yep, that's working. Alrighty. So we can use Bob. But now, this is the tricky part. Alright, Bob. You see that rocket? Yep. Come on, get up. Oh, you're a bit... oh, God. Yeah. You're not very nice. What the fuck? Alright. So... I think Bob is dead. Look, his thruster pack is still working, but nothing else. So there's the vessel. I don't think we're able to keep up to the vessel. No, Bob is dead. That is not going to work. Alright, so Bob will die. Alright. Now this is the Kerbal challenge. So how do we fix this? Well, as I said, there is a very small inclination here, so we need to make slow speed. Very slow speed. And we'll just get off here. Alright, so that is the good way to go, but can't use one of the tanks. I tried one of the tanks, but it will just bump me into it and it will explode. The tanks still have a teeny weeny bit of fuel in them, and the game doesn't like me blasting into fuel tanks for some reason. Alright, so this little lip, this will just have to do. We'll try and go to the 90-degree mark. Alright. Nope. It's difficult. Very difficult. But at least we went to the moon, right? We can all agree on that. We went to the moon. We crash landed on the moon, but we went there. I mean, Michael Scott can't say he landed on the moon, but we did. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Alright, so one last thing is we can get the rocket back. We can get the rocket back, just not Bill. Bob, sorry. Just not Bob. That's not what we really want. Let's try on the tank one more time, or on the flag. Both are quite indestructible. No, that will just bounce me off. Alright. So that's no good. It would be really nice if we put some landing legs on this, wouldn't it? Yeah. Alright, one more try. And then we're just going to make it a rescue mission. Nope. Alrighty. People. First of all, Tweedleduck, Eriador, thank you so much for joining the stream today. This is going to be difficult. So I'm gonna try. Alright, so we have stability assist, but the wheel in it is just not strong enough. Just not strong enough to take care of this. Oh, wait, it is! It is! Oh my god. We just Beybladed this motherfucker. We just... Alright, we're going into the wrong direction. Logics, yes. We're going into the wrong direction though, and this is going to mean that our return to Kerbin is going to be a lot more difficult. But fuck it. We'll try. It's better than just being stranded on the moon, right? Alright, Apoaps. Go up. We're, yeah, we need you to go up just a bit. We don't want to hit any mountains now. That would be terrible. But I think... Alright, cool. We can now see... Kerbin across the horizon, but that says nothing. So we just... Alright, I don't even know what just happened. We just went all Beyblades. Something exploded. Something rather or other. That's a landing site. That didn't explode. Nothing on our craft exploded. I genuinely have no idea. Alright. We're gonna go into Apoap's view. There we go. Alright, so we just need... Alright. We need to be very efficient with our fuel. Very efficient. Right, so this needs to remain around the same time. Preferably -1. Right, so this is too fast of a burn. Alright, very slow burns. I think we're just about gonna clear this. I think we're not. Alright, point up! Point up! Alright, so... That's a cliff. That's a cliff. I think we're above one of the craters now. Crew report. No, Space near the Mun. Alright, EVA report. Mun's Highlands. We didn't have that one yet. I'm very proud of you guys. Alright. Apoaps is just raised by a lot. Because, well, we're idiots. We're idiots and we're retards. Oh, man. Yeah, Beyblades. Alright, world first milestone. Landed, walked, planted flag. So proud of you guys. Alright, it's Mun or bust on this one. We're gonna go with circular eyes. Alright, I think that's quite enough. Alright, so now, normally, you would try and burn here. And go back to Kerbin. I don't think that's too bad of an idea. How much fuel do we have left? How much delta V, I should say. How much difference in fuel do we have left? Doesn't say on here. Does it say on here? We have plenty. Alright. We packed plenty of fuel. Alright, so I'll just burn prograde from the other side of the moon. That's fine. Warp to here. So, we burn prograde in order to increase our speed of our orbit around the Mun, which will be too great for the Mun to contain, so we will fall back into the orbit of Kerbin. Now, the orbit of Kerbin will try and capture us. Right, we'll just burn to the horizon from here. Let's go. We're just going to burn from here. Alright, leaving the Mun. Leaving the Mun. Now, we need to get close to Kerbin. So this periapsis of Kerbin will have to go low. We want to be close to Kerbin. This is too far away. We're also going to gain a lot of speed. Alright, so I think... ...45 kilometers. That will do. That will do, pig. Alright, while we're still on the moon, we're going to do some science. If we haven't done it yet, we can do it now. We have the time. Yes, we haven't done this. Observe mystery goo. We haven't done this. A crew report will we... yeah, we've done that one. Alright, so I believe that temperature... Log temperature, space near the Mun. Yeah, that's boring. Pressure scan while in space near the Mun. Let's have an EVA. EVA report. Oh, Far East Side Crater. We haven't done that one yet. Collect, remove, restore. Collect, remove, restore. Board. So some of these are doubled. Observe Materials Bay, which is space near the Mun. Alright, so this is not biome specific. Neither is, I believe, the mystery goo. Alrighty, tidy whiteys. There we go. So, what's up next? We'll go to the... yeah, we'll warp into the Kerbin atmosphere. We'll just simply warp into this. So we're going to fall. We're going to fall right in. Now, we're going to be hitting this atmosphere at quite some speed. Goodbye, Mun. It's a mystery why we survived. We did it anyway. Alright, so time warp is 1. We're going to have a lot of speed. So what do? We burn it. We burn it up. Alright, here's the Kerbal Space Center. We're not going to hit that, but it's a very nice idea at least. We're going to burn up the last of our remaining fuel, which will drop our periapsis to an absolute low point. But we will have bled off some of that speed, and our fuel should be nearing out. Alright, so this is still manageable. Let's quick save. And let's burn it all up. We're going to try and land as close as we can. Let's see if that works. Let's see if that works at all. I don't really know. Slowing down, that's a thing. Alright, so that's done. Get it right off of here. And let's warp into the atmosphere. Alright, so SAS off. We're gonna fall. Alright, now let's turn it on real quick. Looks like we're bleeding off just fine. Alright, let's... oh, we're not going to land in the sun. 5,000 meters is more than enough. I think we'll go to 2,000. Yeah, let's... oh, look at this. Easy. Couple of 100 meters to spare. That was close. That was close. Alright. We've done it. Alright, we have done it. Alright, let's get off. Take all the data. Let's have an EVA report. EVA. We've already been here. Alright, so a goo experiment probably. Oh, we haven't done goo from the grasslands. That's new. A temperature also, and a log pressure data. Sure. Let's have a crew report as well. Already done it. And recover. We've got a bit of science. We've got a very, very large bit of science to waste. Look at this, 680 signs from that one mission. That's amazing. All right, that's great. What do we do with all this science? Well, I think we're just going to research all of these 90 science bits, because we can't do these yet. We're going to need some better science stuff. Advanced electrics, that's really nice for the photovoltaic panels. Rechargeable batteries. Bigger solar panels, that's not really necessary. Probodobodyne hex, this is very nice to have. Unmanned tech. Octo 2, now this is even better to have. Remote guidance unit. Hex 2, great. Large probes, another remote control unit. Automation, drone core. Alright, so these are all very interesting things to have. Seismometer. That's a seismic accelerometer. Great. Here's some solar... high-powered electrics. Fuel cells. Gargantor solar arrays. Yeah, looks good. So advanced exploration, which gives us a probe, a mobility enhancer, and... oh, these are ladders. Mobility enhancers. Great, love it. Bigger command pods, that's great. Lander cans, service bay, specialized control. Now this is fly-by-wire avionics hub. I remember this. Prograde, retrograde, radial, normal, maneuver hold, and target tracking. Requires an electric charge. Alright. That's quite good. I think we want this. Landing, not really interested. So better flight services, always nice to have. Supersonic flight, yep. Panther, turbofan, accutators. Advanced grabbing unit. Alright, that's interesting. Advanced construction. What do we have in here that we get if we do that? Radial decouplers, brand adapters, precise propulsion. Right, very small engines. This gives us the mainsail and the twin ball. That's interesting. Advanced fuel systems. That's also very interesting. Gives us really big fuel tanks. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do is these very tiny engines, these can be very interesting. So, for instance, a spark engine and a liquid fuel engine, these can be very handy for little probe cores. So I think that's going to be our next mission as well. We're going to put some satellites into orbit. So we'll do this either way. I think we'll just do all of these 90s. Yeah, let's just do all of the 90s. I think it's perhaps not the best in terms of... oh, an advanced inline stabilizer. That's great. Alright, and we get a little docking port as well. A small Clampetron docking port junior. So that's really nice. We can get some satellites to clamp onto things, but also this accutator, this claw, this advanced grabbing unit, aka the claw. That's what it used to be called. It just with claw. But yeah, this is a really nice thing because it can dock with anything, even if it doesn't have docking ports. So that's really great. You can transfer fuel, I even believe. I don't know if that's in this version as well. If it is, that's going to be amazing. But yeah, for now, we've spent our science well. Let's go to mission control. We have some available contracts. Rescue Dunful from Orbit of Kerbin. Let's rescue a couple of people from Orbit of Kerbin. Yeah? Alright. Position satellite in equatorial orbit of Minmus. Interesting. Very specific orbit. 3 tourists. We can't do the tourists if we're going to grab people instead. Alright, so explore Kerbin. Oh yeah, this is to rendezvous 2 vessels. Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to rescue all of these guys. And these are all in orbit of Kerbin, right? Yes. Alright, great. Let's make a rescue plane. Alright, so let's go for a cockpit. Yeah, we'll do a cockpit. This on top. And we will need some way to put these Kerbals in. So I think this is the best thing we have. Oh no, this hitchhiker container, look. Yeah, that's it's not going to be very aerodynamic, but this can hold 4 Kerbals. So, and that's exactly how many Kerbals we're trying to capture. Return from surface of the Mun. Great. And that's a really nice milestone. Yeah, we've got 4 Kerbals to rescue. So I think even though this is not the best that we can do, I think it's the most efficient thing to do. Thermal. We're gonna need a big heat shield for this one. 2.5 meters heat shield. There we go. And we're gonna take off half the ablator. I think 400. I'm thinking more like 240. No, 400. We'll leave half of it on. That's great. Force percent. That's fine. Whatever. All right. So on the top utility, we'll have a parachute. We'll also have some radial parachutes, drogues, and we'll get some radial mount parachutes. This is by no means. What's that ablator do? This ablator basically means that the can is not going to burn, but the ablator is going to burn. So if you enter hot, then you want to be sure that you get some ablator on it. Like we did in the last mission, we entered very hot, and well, if we didn't have any ablator, we would probably have exploded. So that basically, we'll get some of these solar panels on it, 2 of these, but the number just made it burn easier. Why you turn it down? Well, you're not going to need all of the ablator, and having all of the ablator on, well, that's might be a little bit more expensive and also more heavy. So we're just trying to be a bit. Look, we're shaving off nearly a ton. Look, so this is, if we ditch the entire thing, oh, that's saving a lot of yeah, that's saving a lot. So if we put on half, we're at least saving a little bit of weight. This needs to come back. Are these parachutes going to be enough? That's the question. That's the real question. I'm going to put 2 here and 2 here. That's how paranoid I am. Alright, this is going to go back to Kerbin. Great stuff. Now, this thing is obviously not top heavy, so we'll also put a couple of batteries on it, I guess. Yeah, let's put some batteries on it. Now, this thing can be manned. It can also be unmanned. We'll take our engineer for a ride instead, because he hasn't been on spaceflight at all. He has 0 experience, so we're just gonna level him up. Why not? Alright, now we're gonna need some big engines, because this is a big craft to lift. If we put down our subassembly, stage lifter ×2, if we put this on, this is going to get us pretty far, actually. That's not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad at all. Alright, so let's put this back on. And put these on the side. Now we're also going to need the subassembly where we have 4 of these. So let's grab one of these and ×4. Now this is not very much more efficient, as you can see. So this is 3,765. Now if we have twin symmetry, and then preferably to this side. Oh, that is a lot different. I had a different reading back then. Never you mind. We're going to go for 4 times symmetry. So a different readout every time. That's interesting. Alright, so reset. Alright, that's better. Alright, so these will go at the same time, then this, and this will just go. Alright, so that's cool. We are gonna need yeah, we are gonna need something in between. We're gonna need a fuel tank, preferably a fat one. Will this be enough? I don't know. We're gonna put a decoupler in it. That's a small one. 25. Fuel tank. I'm thinking we'll have the big fuel tank instead. It will give us a little bit of... yeah, just a little bit of a thing. And let's put in an engine. The Terrier is really nice. I don't think... oh, we have the Poodle. There we go. Poodle engine. Alright, and the Poodle engine will connect to this subassembly. Great. I think that this Poodle engine will do a lot for us. So what if we don't have the Poodle engine but the Terrier? Will that make a big difference? If we have a Terrier instead of a Poodle... that's... I don't think it makes too much of a difference, actually. Oh, come on. This can go on. Yeah, it quite makes a difference. It quite makes a bit of a difference. Alrighty. Unused molar propellant. Yep. Alright, get it off. Cannot transmit. So, oh, we're going to use the monopropellant, by the way, because we're going to be docking. Well, not really docking, but we're at least going to be... we're at least going to be... where is it? In engines? I need the small thruster blocks. Command and control, yes. Alright. Go Cabana. There we go, let's put these on. Alright, so these are going to be used for the tiniest inclinations. Not really that interesting, but we'll do it anyway. Alrighty, cool. This is going to be our rescue vessel. Now, this will take us up to... yeah, this will never take us up. We're going to need some bigger guns. But what if? And Lord, I know I'm crazy. No, that's not going to do it, is it? Nope. The problem with this design is that I am crazy. Alrighty. Lots of delta V, but not enough to do multiple orbits and multiple inclinations. Alright, so one more time with the... so what if we just don't have this, right? What if we just don't have this? Just a central stage. Because we're taking a lot more fuel this way, and this apparently has a lot more lift and drag. I don't know what the deal is, but apparently taking a big old tank full of fuel up there is apparently not making it better. You know what? Consumers receiving limited monopropellant. Yeah, that is true. You know what? We'll do without monopropellant on this one. Yeah, we'll just do it purely with our engines, which is possible. Just a bit more electric charge generator, but not used. Well, we have a I don't know if you noticed, but we have a probe core up here. This thing is going to fly itself. Cannot transmit science. It's fine. Empty crew cabin. No. Bill is in it. Oh, this is empty, right. Yeah, this is an empty crew cabin. It's fine. Alright, so this is the rescue egg. There we go. Let's save it. Alright, let's fly all of these at once. Right, so now if we reset. Right. That's a bit strange, isn't it? It tells you a different reading every time. So this says it will give us a lot of... This will give us a lot more delta V, but I don't believe that this rating is all true. We're just going to try it. We're just going to save it and we're going to launch it and we'll just try it. Alright, at least it is stable. SAS on, thank you. Let's go. We'll keep a steady profile, because this is very top heavy, I imagine. Probably not very fun to fly. We have a couple of Kerbals stranded in low Kerbal orbit. These are all at whatever... oh, there's one of them in high Kerbal orbit. Luckily it's going the right way. That's not too bad. Alright, let's make a small inclination change. Very small. Oh god, there we go. Almost. We're gonna be pushed. We're gonna be pushed. No, this is unsavable. Revert. Alright, we're gonna have to get way more up before we start tilting. Luckily we have some fins on the bottom. That's not too bad. We could put some fins on the cabin, actually, on the crew cabin. I think we'll be fine. Let's go. Alright, sun's coming up. Perfect time to launch a very ridiculous vessel. Right, slowly pitching. Very slowly pitching, just a little bit. Alright, we're gonna get to that speed where it's gonna be dangerous to punch through the atmosphere. We're gonna get a lot of drag. Right, we're gonna be slowly tilting anyway. Nope. No way. Alright, so except for the fact that we've got this really big thing on top of our rocket, what could go wrong? We should really ask, what can we do right? So instead of this really big can, we could have these crew cabins which are in line. It's going to be very tall though. It's going to be very, very tall. It's probably also going to be very, very much lighter. You know what? I think that's what we're going to do. Because I think that this is just too much. Alright, so let's get rid of this. Let's put in 2 of these. And then we connect this with a decoupler, of course. Coupling. And a heat shield. Thermal heat shield. We can do it with half a blader. I think that's fine. Heat shield on it like a car bonnet. There we go. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. That's on. These go off, and this comes back. Great. Now this is something we can fix though. We can have a very small tank. Very small tank. Just the, I think this is fine. Yep, this is fine. We'll have a structural decoupler. There we go. That's too big. Decoupler. And a small Terrier engine, because the Terrier engine is going to be very efficient in a vacuum. Alright, so these couple, and this goes off. That's bad. This does not decouple right away. That would be silly. This is decoupling last. And then after this decouples, this engine can go on. But these 2 stages will have to switch. That's fine. So this goes off. The engines plus this. Alright, then this goes off and we start this engine and then this comes off. And then all the parachutes. All the parachutes. Now, we need some, at least, some more control. So what I really like to do is I would like to have some delta wings. Where's these delta wings? We had some of them before. This is a tail fin. Delta Deluxe winglet. Look. Alright, let's put some of these on. Just to give it a bit more control. But we don't need these on the way in. How do we fix that? Well, I think we can fix that really easily. Just by doing this. Putting them on a decoupler. We can ditch these as soon as we're out the atmosphere. So this will ditch. This will ditch. This will ditch. Same time with this. Yeah, these can go. These can go earlier. So this engine will, I assume, be in a vacuum. By that time, we will have ditched the. Yeah, we will have ditched the wings. Alright, great. Looks to be fine to me. Yes, alright. Save. Do we still have Bill in the... yeah, hello, Bill. Alright, Bill, you're going to have to... you're going to have to go into one of the crew cabins, I think, because this is the only hatch in. So you're going to have to move your ass anyway. Alrighty. Last check. 60 tons of Kerbal rescuing goodness. We're going to be fine. We've got some solar panels, a couple of parachutes. I believe. I believe. Alright, so now it's more shaped like a dart, so this will go through the atmosphere a lot better. Let's go. It's also not as heavy, which helps. Now, sadly, Bill Kerman is not a really good pilot. In fact, he just said, well, let me just park on the passenger seat right here somewhere. Let's see, here he is, I think. Yeah, there he is. He said, just let me get on the pilot seat. You'll barely know I'm there. So he's just getting paid for doing nothing at all. Alright, so... Wow, alright, so this is still too much. This is still too much. We shouldn't tilt at all, I think. I think we just shouldn't tilt at all. Alright, let's just get this going on. And I think we should just, as soon as we hit the 200, 250 mark, we'll go to half thrust. This thing is just a bit too powerful, I believe. Let's put the throttle right down. Alright, we're still rising. We're spending time... But that's another thing. We don't want to spend more time in the atmosphere. We want to actually go places. Alright, so lots of drag, pushing down on the plane, on the rocket. We're going into upper atmospheres. Let's check our maneuver node. Doing fine. Alright, doing just fine. Alright, not doing fine at all. I don't know why we topple. I have seriously no idea why we're toppling. Alright, revert to vehicle assembly. We're going to do this just a little bit different. Because I don't think this is a good idea. I think this would be a much better idea. Yeah, let's put some delta winglets on here. Will this clip? It probably will. So we'll do this like so. We'll get rid of these. That's an entire stage gone. Alright, so that's an extra couple of wings. I believe that this will work. Did we auto strut? Is it because we're swaying? That might be it. It might be simply because we're swaying. Alright, auto strut. Heaviest part. Root part. Grandparent part. Alright, heaviest part. Sure. Alright, let's go. Extra wings. We're turning right away. Oh my god. Our roll is being corrected, but I believe it's being over-corrected. Alright. Keep your nose the right way. Correct the heading. Yep. Take a look at this orbit. Just gonna try lift it just a little bit that way. This thing is just too damn tall. It's not gonna be pretty. Alright, so we're up to 70. We are above 70. I think these rockets are just too much. Alright, let's go up to 100. I think that's nice. Right, going up a little bit. Alright, turning right to the horizon. There we go. This is not bad, but gonna be too high, at least. Alright, so this is nice and stable. Let's go up. All the way to 30 seconds, and let's burn this baby. Let's burn it up. Alright, we're gonna need to make some speed. Need to make a lot of speed. Alright, so we're swaying a lot, but it's actually quite fine. Alright, we need to get the apoaps back, so I think we're just gonna point it up a bit. Yeah, we're gonna fall back into the earth, into Kerbin. Sorry, Earth does not exist. All right, so this is the time to reach. That's we need to keep this around the 2nd or 5 mark. That should be perfect. Alright, so it's a big, very big orbit. We're gonna be slightly slower than some of these vehicles, but that's fine. They can catch up to us. Alright, we're circularizing. Alright, let's get this up to 111 as well. Alright, I think 100 is fine. Alrighty, cool. So, we have a couple of vessels. Also in orbit around Kerbin. I'm going to set one of them as target. Right, so there's no... Currently, there is no encounter with this target. This is going to take a long time before we encounter at all. Our periapsis... its lowest periapsis is right about here, which is 78. And our lowest periapsis is 100. That means we're going to have to burn it down. Burn it down to at least 78. And I think 78 itself is fine. Let it catch up to us. Alright, we're now getting these markers, which is intersect markers. Now this is interesting because we want to intersect with this target. And our periapsis is 75. Alright. Now, in order to get a very cheap encounter, we're just going to do laps around Kerbin. And it's going to take a while because, well, we can only speed up to 50 times. So this will take a while. But as you can see, this intersect is going to get smaller every time. So every time we do a lap, it's going to get a bit smaller. So this is 839,000 kilometers. Let's see. No, it's just 800 and something kilometers. So this is now 730. And we're just going to wait for the perfect moment. It's going to take a while, but these two vessels will catch up with us. Alright, so that is now... This is now going to be less. Yeah, it's going to be less every time. Now, if you want to speed this up, because this will take some time. Right, if you want to speed this up, very simple thing to do is we'll make this orbit bigger on the other side. And we'll just burn at this apoaps, and we'll just go to retrograde. And we're just going to do a little bit of a burn. A little bit, not too much, otherwise we're going to be in a bit of a problem. So we'll just go up, 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 up. Up on our retrograde. Now we don't want to drop this periapsis into... No, that's not going to work, sadly. We're going to have to burn prograde, not retrograde, because otherwise we'll drop into the atmosphere, which is dangerous. We don't want to be dangerous. We want to be safe. Then again, safety is a bit boring, right? Alright, look, our second lap. Oh, this is getting interesting readings right here. Intersect 2. Let's put it down there. Now look, this is going to be very close. 60, 50, 40, 30. I'll settle for 5. 5 kilometers. Can we get it even closer? No, 5 kilometers. Something about 5 kilometers. It's just as best as we're going to get. And that's going to be our next encounter. So now we have to do what's called an encounter. That's a bit more difficult. Alright, so these guys closing in. We want... Alright, so this is going to be our closest point, right? We want to burn off this amount of target velocity. So what we're going to do, we're going to find the retrograde icon. We've got a bit of fuel in the stage left, right? Yeah, just a little bit. It's not too much. We're going to burn off our relative velocity. So I want to retrograde right onto here. This will get relative speed. Gonna go down. I want to burn off all of our relative speed. Now the best place to do this is right here. Right here on the marker. Right, that's a little bit on the heavy side. Alright, so target relative velocity. It's making our next encounter somewhere around here very close. Alright, let's warp there. Alright, and as soon as we're done right here, we'll have almost perfectly aligned orbits. This is a bit tricky. Alright, so last stage gone. And we'll just get our target relative velocity to 0. Even more tricky as it sounds. Alright, our relative velocity to the target is slowly increasing. Not too bad. Right, so this craft right here is following us at a steady pace. What we do now is a little bit counterintuitive. We're going to do something to increase our speed towards the target. Target's right here. And we're going to fly towards the target. And we're going to get this retrograde... the prograde icon a bit on the target, which means if we burn this way, we try to align these targets. Now this is a little bit of an advanced movement. Just a little bit. Alright. Now we should have a very close encounter. Apparently not yet. Right, so we'll burn towards the target a bit more. So we'll just pull the retrograde icon onto the target marker. Yep, that's close. That's very close. Alright. So what are we going to do? Burn towards the target. Something we can bleed off easily. $500 Love it. Alright, so this intersection is at 500 meters. Now, warping here. We're basically passing right over each other. And now we're going to quickly have to find... the retrograde icon. Yes. And burn. We're going to burn towards the retrograde icon in order to kill our relative velocity. Alright, so our relative velocity is killed. Now, where is this other craft? Where is our target? It's right there. What we can do is we can now switch toward this target. We're going to get some milestones because we just... let's see, we rendezvoused. Exploration of Kerbin. Explore Kerbin, sure. Alright, so this guy is now part of the crew. We're going to have him let go. And we're going to turn on his RCS and we're going to just burn towards the vessel for a bit. Now, remember that this is in orbit. We're now a Kerbal in orbit. So we'll just slowly wait till we can burn off our relative velocity. I'm going to time warp just a bit. Alright, so killing off the relative velocity, going down just a bit and burning towards it. Alright, so now it looks like we're going slowly, but of course we're going at the speed of orbit, so we're going very fast. Boom. We hit right into it. It's not too bad. We've got plenty of fuel left to do some corrections. And where's the door? Oh, it's on this side. Great. Get in. Come on. It really helps if you turn the vessel the right way around. Right, so this guy, let's see. Transfer crew. Yeah, transfer him to this part. There we go. Go sit with Bill Kerman. Alright, world's first milestones. We have performed a crew transfer near Kerbin. Great. Great stuff. Alright, so this target is now useless to us. We have a new target, which is... yeah, it's right here. There is another one right there. Vermi. But Slull, we'll set him as a target now. Where's our first encounter? It's going to be there, which is quite a bit far away. Alright, so we'll burn, not target, but orbital. We'll burn orbital prograde. That's the retrograde, so we'll have to burn prograde. And we'll just increase our orbit a bit. Now, how much fuel do we have left? Plenty of fuel. There we go. So moving this up. Now this is, I think, going to be our closest separation point. Oh, look, this is getting very close. Wow, 0.4 kilometers. Now that's very close indeed. We're going to warp all the way here. But first, we've been streaming for 1.5 hours. I'm going to press escape and going to grab a new beer. I'll be right back. Captain America. Kerbal and beer, good times. Absolutely. You can't do rocket science while you're sober? That's crazy. Cheers. Alright, so we've got a very close encounter. We just need to burn target retrograde as soon as we can. So that's target prograde. We're going the absolute wrong way. So the rescue egg is now very close to the other one. We'll just point this way. So as soon as we hit the target, we want to close in. Close in very much. Alright. We'll just lock this so we can see. Alright, relative speed, it's coming off. Target relative speed. Alright, just about 0. Great. So that means that we can... Oh, there it is. Not too far away. Alright, Slull. Get out. Let go. Quick save. Why not? Go up. Alright, so up is relative, of course, because we're in space, but relative to our craft, we're going up. As soon as we get close, let's do an EVA report, why not? Kerbin's water, we've been here before. Right, and then we have to kill our upspeed. Right, upspeed is going to be killed. We'll have to get closer a bit. And our speed relative to the vessel also needs to be killed. I think this is a very nice jump. We did it in one time. He says as he's about to crash into the... Yeah, I'm about to crash. No. No, I think we've done... done just right. Alright, so how? How do we get here? Oh, grab. There we go. Alrighty. We're in. Lights on. That's not needed. Alright. Crew transfer. Crew report. Transfer crew. There we go. Slull, you're going to get to this pod. And we have rescued Slull. Great stuff. Now, there is another one. And that's Jedfall. Did we have Jedfall? Yes, we already have Jedfall. We have Jedfall and Slull. Alright. That leaves... Vermi. Alright, set him as a target. Great. At our periapsis, we're gonna do the usual. We're gonna do an orbit prograde burn. We still have plenty of fuel left. Very nice. Right, periapsis, warp here. And we're just gonna prograde burn. Alright, so that means that we're gonna go up in the orbit, and there's gonna be a point where this is the closest. Alright, we have to do quite a bit of a burn. That's going to be very close. Alright, so inclination and all we... Oh, our inclination is perfect. Alright, great. Now we switch to target mode again. Target mode, and we'll just warp here. Alright, quick little burn around. Slash to cancel. There we go. We have quite a bit more speed to burn off, so we're gonna start our burn here instead. And we're gonna burn towards the target relative retrograde. So we have to turn our vessel around all the way. All the way. Here, and let's burn. This is gonna take some time. Basically we want to push this target relative thing onto the target retrograde. That will lower our approach. Okay. So the good thing is we can still burn towards this place, and then we can do a little bit of a push. Then we wait again. We do a little bit of a push. Alright, so we're burning target relative speed off. Right, and now we just want to stop the target relative speed, get it to something around a 0. A bit more difficult than it is to tell you. Let's burn towards the target now. Get some target relative speed in. Alright. Just a little bit of target relative speed. Just to get the separation closer to each other. 2 kilometers, that's fine for now. And target relative again. Alright, so almost. Yeah, that's relative speed. It's now 0. But we need to be a little bit closer. We need to be closer to one another. Right, great. 1.8 kilometers. 1.7. 0.6. 5. Alright, so that's the closest we can get. Retrograde. This is a painful process because our orbits were very much different. Alright, so target velocity speed we can now put up again. And we'll have an encounter very close. 0.2 kilometers. I'll take it. Alright. Alright. Wipe off the target speed. I'll take it. Quick save. Switch. Where is it? There it is. Alright, let's EVA. Let's check if we have some new science. We don't. Again with the water. Space to unboard. There we go. Alright. Going faster and faster. We need to break off again as well. Alright, so this is the third Kerbal we've saved with this rescue mission. It's taking its time. It certainly is. But it's going to be worth it. Last one is on a very different orbit than we are. A very different inclination as well. I don't know if we can fix this at all. Alright, ascending node, that's quite a bit different than what we have right now. We have... we don't really have a lot of fuel left. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try anyway. So let's first match our apoapses to their apoapses. So that's a lot different. All right, so the apoapses. Yeah, we're gonna burn from this side, even though it's not the most. Yeah, it's not gonna be the most efficient burn, but it's gonna be a burn at least. We're gonna try and link up to this apoapsis. So that will be somewhere around here, right? Yep. All right. Prograde. Prograde. And let's just burn. No, I'm gonna predict that we don't have enough. We don't have enough Delta V. We don't have enough fuel. No, we're not gonna do it. Sadly, we're not gonna do it. I'm gonna try and. No, I'm not gonna try and burn back. We're just gonna warp here. We're gonna warp here, and we're just gonna say, next time, Gadget, next time. I'll just call it quits. Yeah, this has been quite the rescue mission. This one has a very strange inclination. We're gonna have a little bit of a problem doing this. We're gonna get our periapsis down back to around 45. Alright, 40 will do. We're gonna ditch this. We're gonna rotate this away. And this will be the vessel that we take back home. We've got four Kerbals in it, so this will have to do. All right, we have ablator. We have 100 ablator, which is probably too much. We have the debris falling down beside us. That's fine. We're gonna go into a time warp. Excuse me. Alright, time warp. There we go. We're going to fall. Yeah, we're going to turn just a bit. Alrighty. I think this is fair. Slowing down quite considerably. The ablator is taking the brunt of the heat, so that's good. We're still falling. We're not falling. Oh, we're going up again. Just about. We're just about going up again. And our apoapsis has dropped below 70, so we're not going to go on escape velocity ever again. We can see the moon from here, that's great. Alright, so we're still going very fast. Are you in career mode? Yes, we are. We're in career. We're doing a normal career. We tried to do a hard career, but we kept getting bankrupt. If we were doing the hard career with our Mun landing that we just did, we would be screwed. We would have a serious rescue mission on our hands, which can be a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, rescue missions are fun, but we want to get some results. So yeah, normal career for us. All right, still moving through the thick of the thin atmosphere, if that makes sense. Oh, we've been spending a lot of time in this atmosphere. Our ablator is almost gone. I'm glad we took extra with us. Normally we take about 40 ablator instead of 200. This time we took 100, and look, we're nearly there. Alright, so what I'm going to do is we're going to jettison the heat shield. And we're going to deploy all of these chutes, all at the same time. Hard is just torture anyway. I would like to agree, yes. You just do a moon mission, right? And when you return from the moon mission, you get barely enough science to get 190 science upgrade. And then you don't have funds because you stuck all your funds in the moonlander, and you don't have funds to do any other missions. So you'll basically get stuck ferrying tourists for a long time, and it just makes for no fun. It's just a no fun run. I mean, excuse me. I think I would limit myself to no quick saving and just reverting entirely if something goes wrong. But yeah, just wasting all your money on a rocket that crashes somewhere and then just getting stuck. Nah, that's no fun. It's no fun at all. I mean, it's a real nice challenge for those people who have actually studied stuff like this, stuff like rocket science or physics or anything at all really, and are really good at building rockets. Then it's fun. Right, we just recovered 3 of the 4 Kerbals. I think we're in prime shape with this. Now, in order to save the last one, we're gonna have to do some tricks. Right, we got some signs as well from that. That's really nice. Alright, so we still have rescue Dunful. Explore the Mun. Dock 2 vessels on or around the Mun. And rendezvous. So this is a docking around the Mun contract. How much time do we have? It has no time limit except for when it expires. Alright, I'm taking it. I'm taking it because that's really cool. Satellite in equatorial orbit. Yeah, I'm gonna skip these ferry tourists. Position satellite in equatorial orbit around the Mun. Let's see. That's a very that's a polar orbit, I believe. No, equatorial orbit. Alright, so inclination 100... Ah, yeah, right. Inclination 180 degrees. Right. Alright, satellite... Polar orbit of Kerbin. Now, this is interesting. Polar orbit of Kerbin. Apoapsis, really high. Periapsis, quite high. You know what, I'll just try and do this one. Surface outpost on the Mun. What does it need? 5 Kerbals capacity. I'll play Sandbox, follow a master plan some guy put out on the interwebs. It's fun enough for me. Yeah, Sandbox is really nice if you want to get to know the game, but eventually you'll want to set some challenges, and then these contracts can be really nice because you can pick a contract which you think is going to be really really hard or really easy, just whatever you like, of course. Maintain stability for 10 seconds. Launch your outpost on the Mun. Have 2,000 units of liquid fuel in your outpost. That's going to be a thing. I'm going to do stuff like this when we get mining equipment. I'm not going to do that right now. The rest is ferry position equatorial orbit of the Mun. This is something we can do as well. We're not going to do that. And an equatorial orbit around Minmus. Right, we'll get some... You know what? We'll make some probes. We'll make some probes. That's nice. Vehicle assembly building. Now, these probes, we don't need to put a heat shield on it. We don't need to do anything really with it because these are not going to return. Alright, let's make a new one. And this is going to be probe egg. Alright, the probe egg. What do we need? We're going to need a probodobodine octo. I would really like if we have the... let's just quickly... yeah, save continue, whatever. Let's quickly see if we can upgrade research and development. We have the funds. So that will give us surface samples, really nice. Resource transfer available. Oh, resource transfer, that's really good. That means that we can have one of those kegs on top and we can just, without EVAing, transfer science to something else. We're really going to need this specialized control. This thing is going to be fantastic on top of one of our probes. Look, prograde, retrograde, radial, and maneuver and targeting. That's great. Love that. Now this is also advanced reaction wheel module, large. So this is not a probe, so you need to still put this on a probe. So we'll need the octo, and we'll need this. Then we also need some sort of a reaction wheel. So this is not too bad. Werner engines, also really good. But I think advanced electronics, I think this comes with the hex. No, that's probably this one. Precision engineering. The hex. Now, what does the hex do? The hex goes from... let's see. Oh, it has a reaction wheel. Not very strong, but it has one. Stability assist, prograde, retrograde hold. That's something at least. Something at least. Not a Rockomax micronode. And this also gives us the relay antenna, the really good one. Now I'm in doubt, because I really like this specialized control because it will just let you do anything. Combine it with an octo and you can do all the maneuvers if you have that. So that's 160 science, eh? That's not something we have right now. So this will just give us unlimited contracts. That's interesting as well. Admin building. Anything. We have unpaid research. So every reputation, we get 1 science for every 2.3 rep. It's not bad. Alright, so science is now the thing. We have no science. We're going to make a simple probe core first. Sure. We'll make a simple probe. We need a communitron. Can we put it on the top? Can we snap it to the top, to the center? No, we can't. But if we do something like this, then we probably can. We can get away with having 2, of course. Having 2 will mean that we have, of course, better range. I believe that works that way. High gain antenna. Sure. That's the one. All right. Now, what else can we put on here? This is interesting. Science. So this, that's very. I think that's quite heavy. Oh no, it's not. It's not too heavy. It's just as heavy as these. All right. Let's put 2 of these on. Why 2? I don't know. Why 2? It's not necessary. Also, put these on the side. Right? Yes. Alright, so what do we put on the top? I think we have a little rechargeable battery. That's not too bad to have, right? Yep. There we go. A couple of antenna. Oscar B fuel tanks. we're gonna make a very, very tiny probe core. I think 2 Oscar Bs will do it with a tiny little spark engine. That's a skipper. Spark, liquid fuel engine. I think this will do just fine for our upper stage. Let's have a little aerodynamic nose cone on it. Just a very small. That's too big. That's too big. Small nose cone. There we go. All right, this looks like a proper core, proper thing. Right? Yeah. All right. Let's put the antennas on here then. Because why not? Yeah, that looks great. I'll take it. So this has a delta V of 1626. That's quite a lot. This can make a lot of maneuvers. All right, now we need to get this up in orbit. And I believe that we have a record for, let's see, a polar orbit of Kerbal. Sure. Unmanned probe. Antenna can generate power. Sure, we need some power generation on this. 2 will do. Can generate power. Sure. There's nothing concerning about this vessel. Great. How's the thruster weight? This can even bring itself into orbit if it had enough delta V, which it won't. We'll bring it to orbit. Maintain stability. Designated polar orbits around Kerbal and within reasonable deviation. Now I don't know what reasonable deviation means just yet. We'll figure it out. All right, and then put these up here. That's a bit awkward. And I think, yeah, that's fine. All right, so this looks like R2-D2's little brother or something. Bit interesting. The probe egg. All right, let's save it, and let's put something under it. So how about just a single biggie fuel tank? After we have a decoupler, of course. So a standard decoupler. There we go. And just a swivel. I think just a swivel will get us up very far. Yeah, I think it will. Why not? Why don't we do just this? A bit of aerodynamics. Let's get it on the nose. Delta winglets. Sure. 2 delta winglets. Now this is rather cheap. It's rather easy to build. I don't think the drag will be terrible. Question mark. And I don't think we need more fuel than this. What if we put another fuel tank under it? Now, we can easily check this. So this gets us a lot more delta V. Do we need this? I highly doubt it. Do we want this anyway? Nah, we'll have one tank. One tank. I think this will easily be enough. Yeah, that will easily be enough to get us into orbit and to do some weird inclination stuff. Now, what we're going to try and do, this is probably, it's just a waste of space. All right, this is going to be the probe egg. Let's save it and let's launch it. Now, normally, oh, what's going on? Yes, all right. First, check out the equatorial orbit that we need. That's quite an orbit. Quite a bit away. Ascending node, 90%. Now, we're going to go this away. All right, that's interesting. We were almost going to go the other way. So that away, we're going to wait until we hit that, and we're going to launch to the south. Right, so we're going to warp until we hit... Oh god, we're too far already. Yeah, let's revert to launch We were too far already. We had no chance in hell. Alright, so I want to line up these two lines, these two green lines. Alright. And then we line up the Space Center. So we'll wait for the flag to turn up this way. Alright, that seems about right. Alright, let's launch south. Going up. That's not south. Come on. Wake up. Yeah, this way. Great. And let's turn it over. Oh wow, hello. Something's going on. Why is there no stability on this? Let's... You know what? Let's put the delta wings in 4x symmetry mode. Gonna be a bit better, right? Just a little bit. Now, of course, there is no stability at all. So... No stability at all. Alright, that's better. But this holds more stable. That's good. Right, we're heading 180. There we go. Let's try and keep it on the 180 mark. Alright, so this does not hold it steady. And we're going to need a lot more fuel. I think we're going to need some more punch to get out of the atmosphere. Yeah, some more punch. 2 of these. That gives us a lot more punch. Sure thing. Launch. Once again. So this is why we like reverting. We're going to learn while we play this game. Alright, push it slightly towards the south. Let's get orbit maneuver, yeah, maneuver information. Right here. That's a bit too steep, friend. This is rather top heavy for some reason. Alrighty, come on. Getting a lot of push from the atmosphere. Very hard to keep this steady. Oh, come on. Alright, so this is now punching through atmosphere. It's going to pick up speed. Apoapsis is rising. Oh, this is gonna get a bit scary. Still gaining speed. Alright, now we're gonna point towards this horizon. Let's see if we can do it. Alright, let's warp here. Let's warp some more towards our retrograde. There we go. Prograde, I mean. Yep. Right, so at least we're orbited. Now we are in a very different inclination. Probably not going to be able to fix that with the amount of fuel we have left. Descending node. Alright, so we're right at the ascending node. So at the ascending node we'll go to the anti-normal. And let's see if we can fix it. Oh no, that's going to cost a lot of fuel. Yeah, alright, so we're not going to revert... yeah, we're going to revert this, revert to vehicle assembly. This will not do. No, we're going to do it with one of our fancy launchers. So, grab this one. Lifting is easy. Now, seeing as we're going to a polar orbit, we should definitely do this. Has a lot of delta fuel, delta V. So, this will get us probably very far. Alright, and last thing we shouldn't forget, we forgot to align our orbits. Really nice. So, going to map view once again, once more. Let's warp this forward. Now that's better. That's a lot better actually. Alright, let's time warp and let's quick save. Let's do it. Alright, a little bit to the south. Right, so getting the right inclination will really help us. Let's put the heading to 180 still. Wobbly a bit. Now there's 1 degree deviation change I can live with. Alright, let's try and roll it over just a bit. Pointing it towards 180. And it's not bad if we get a really high orbit, because we need to be really high. Just that most of the burning we'll do within this atmosphere is just a bit more difficult, a bit more tricky. Alright, so we'll just do it like this. Right, so we're now going towards a 100 kilometer apoapse, that's fine. Alright, let's stop this. Let's point right at the horizon. We'll start burning because our motors are actually the things that's moving us. I just realized we don't have a reaction wheel. I don't know if it's going to be a problem just for this one probe. If it is, sure, whatever. If it isn't, we'll see. Heading 180. Alright, so moving towards the horizon will get us our orbit. We are right now at a descending node of 13%. That's not really that bad. It's not really the worst, actually. We're doing fine. Alright, we're orbiting. That's great. Yes, we've orbited. Alright. Now, we need to do some changes. We need to burn towards there from probably around this point. Warp. Alright. So we're gonna push right up to here, and our apoapsis is going to grow, and it's going to go to 12 million. 12 million something. That's close enough for now. Alright. Now we're going to go this way. And now our... we're going to need to do a little bit of a burn in order to turn. Periapsis is where it's at. This will also be around 12 something. Boom. Oh, this is getting close. Yep. All right. Oh, we should really pull out the antennas. Let's see, extend antenna, and this one too, and extend this antenna, and this one too. Great. That will do. Alright, so we need to hit 12,206. 12,206. That's fine. Alright, we have reached it within reasonable deviation. That's good. We're still carrying this this tank. Great. So what if we? Ah, look, we've done the contract. That's great. Almost 100,000 for that. That's great. Right. So what if we actually put this in a polar orbit then? We now have a relay antenna that can go around Kerbin. Not the most interesting, truth be told. Log pressure, yeah, we've already got the high above Kerbin science. Nothing new here, nope. And of course, this craft won't be able to steer at all. So what if we just pull down the orbit? Just pull it down. All right, so now it's turning, so that's good. And we'll just whoop. Pull it down, our periapsis. Alright, so now that we're crashing... You know what, let's just flip it. Let's crash. Because I don't even think... Oh, this has a little bit of gimbal. Alright, so something's going right for us. Alright, so let's fix it then. If this can actually gimbal, we'll put it in some useful orbit, yeah. Alright, so this is a highly elliptical orbit. Not very useful at all to us. What if we put it... What if we put it in a sort of a polar orbit? We really want the heading to be on the... Alright, so we need to do the anti-normal, right? Or the normal from this point, I really don't know anymore. We're currently... At least we're not in a polar orbit. Let's quick save just for a bit. Alright, something happened here. Yep. Something magical happened. Alright, so something's going well. We're on the heading 270. Yeah, sure. We're on a polar orbit. That's very nice. And let's warp towards the periapsis. Let's make it a nice polar orbit. Or we could blow it up just a bit. Yeah, let's blow it up just a bit. Let's go prograde. Right, so the periapsis, we want this to be, well, let's just say an arbitrary number, right? Let's put this on... Alright, heading 0. Heading 0, that sounds really amazing, doesn't it? Heading 0. Or 360. Either one is fine because they both mean the same thing. Alright, so the periapsis. Right, heading for 0. Periapsis, I think we should have... I think we should have a 1 million meter periapsis. I think that's a nice thing to do. And then we'll have to limit our motor because, well, it's just going too fast. Let's put it to 5. Maximum throttle, 5. Alright, so it doesn't want to go to 5, so let's just have it go to 2.5. Why not? Alright, so let's blast this all the way. All the way. This will not really serve a purpose, this probe, but it will at least be in a cool bit of an orbit. Alright, so this is a couple of meters too many, but that's fine. Now, finally, let's go to the periapsis. Warp here. And let's bring down, heading 0. Bring down the target periapsis. This is going to take a while, so let's put the thrust limiter back on to 100%. Alright, so I think this is good enough. I think this is good enough. We have a satellite in polar orbit of Kerbin, which will relay communications. It's great. Alright, let's abort this mission. No. Space Center, that's the one. Alright, let's quickly demolish some of the debris flying around. Because we have some debris flying around. Let's see, Jetfall. Yeah, got it. Right, so Jetfall's derelict. There's nobody in here. Let's kill it. Let's also toggle relays and toggle debris. Yeah, we have a lot of debris flying around. Terminate test egg debris. Terminate Mun flying debris. Terminate this. Terminate Jetfall's derelict. And Slull, we have Slull, and we have oh, tourist egg debris. We have very high elliptical tourist egg debris. Sure. Vermi, we have Vermi still flying around. Sure. Dunfall's capsule, yeah, that's on a high orbit. That's the one we haven't done yet. Rescue egg debris. Terminate. Terminate. Mun signs egg debris. Oh yeah, that's the 4 tanks that we have. Yep, we have 4 tanks. Alright, so now we have Dunfall's capsule and the probe egg. The probe egg in an orbit around Kerbin, relaying information to whatever is flying around. So that's not too bad. We have a relay antenna on it, 2 even, so that's good. Alright, so that's the network, that's fine. Alright, cool. Very, very cool. Alright, we've been streaming for a bit, 2.5 hours. We have done some missions. To recap, we went to the moon. We did it. We now have some stuff to do around the moon, like putting on satellites, exploring the moon by docking 2 vessels, satellite of Minmus, and we still have to rescue Dunfall out of the area around Minmus. Now, in order to do some of the stuff that we really want to do, we're going to get this specialized control unit, this fly-by-wire avionics hub. Advanced reaction wheel module, that really will help as well with well, just putting us into a proper orbit, a proper rotation. Along with some monopropellant tanks and the Werner engine, which does not take monopropellant, I believe, but let's see, what kind of fuel do you use? Liquid fuel and oxidizer, yeah. So this is just for RCS, for stability as well. You can use that if you like. We don't have enough science to research this node, but we will soon. We'll do a mission to Mun, and by doing a mission to Mun, we will get some sweet, sweet science. Yeah, another mission to Mun, get some biomes, or we can go to Minmus and do some biomes right there. Anyway, we have a couple of new Kerbals in here. We have Slull, Jetfall, and Vermi, and all 3 of them are ready for action. 2 scientists even. That's great. You know, that's really great. 2 scientists. We can put those in a lab as soon as we get there. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to quick save. There we go. Just in order to have it saved. Thank you so much for watching. Nothing really much happened this episode in terms of followers or anything else for that matter, so I'm not going to do the credits. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, CrimiBot, for taking care of the spammers. Thank you, King, Eriador, Tweetleduck, everyone for watching and also chatting. J Doe. Thank you for interacting so much. Captain Murica. Cheers, everyone. And we'll see you all again next time. Have a great day.